Hey everyone, Siobhan here with Castinetti Realty out of Shrewsbury. Joining me today at a socially appropriate distance is Matt Packard, loan officer with Guaranteed Rate in Hudson. And we're here to talk to you today because both of us have fielded a lot of client inquiries lately regarding the economy, the housing market, what might happen with lending, their mortgage payments. I'm sure a lot of you are hearing about deferral options. So we took the three most frequently asked questions and we wanted to take some time today to talk through the answers and make that available to you. And of course, if you watch this and you have additional questions at the end, we are always here to help. And when we post this, we will include our contact information. So with that, the first topic we hear a lot about is from new buyers to the market who are looking to purchase a home in the next 1 to 3 months. A lot of people want to know from a housing market perspective, does it make sense to wait? Are deals going to be better? Is the housing market dead, right? I can answer most definitively, the housing market is not dead. We started the year incredibly strong. Inventory is scarce, so we would consider that to be a seller's market. However, there is, I would say, enough to look at the moment to get excited about. And, you know, Matt, from your perspective on the lending side, what do existing well-qualified buyers have to expect when thinking about financing their next home purchase?
Sure. First of all, thanks for having me today, Siobhan. Appreciate it. Always love working with you, and it's good to talk to you today. As far as first-time home buyers looking to buy in this market, or any buyers looking to buy in this market, the reason it's a great time is the rates. The rates are as low as they've ever been since I've been in the industry, which is 11 years, and they're very close to being the lowest in history. So rates are fantastic, so you can get a lot more for your money than you would have at this time last year when rates were about a whole percent higher, if not 1.25%. That's a big difference. I mean, that can add $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 to your buying power depending on the income. So that's the biggest reason for the benefit. And I know you're going to ask me a question about, what are some of the drawbacks. So I'll wait on those until we get to the next one. But definitely a good time to buy if you're a qualified buyer. Really good time.
It's never been cheaper to borrow, I'm hearing people say, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely true. Yep.
So another demographic we work a lot with, sort of as a pocket within first-time home buyers are those who aren't really sure what they can qualify for or if they're quite ready for that next step. Maybe there's some credit repair happening, right? So
Sure.
that can be an overwhelming place for many customers and clients to be in because sometimes there's so much, right, to tackle.
Yep.
How do you recommend folks who are maybe in that kind of situation position themselves for a future home purchase?
Sure. There's no question that during COVID, the restrictions for lending have gotten a little tighter. If your credit score is over 680, things really haven't changed much there, except the rates are better. But for those that have a 680 or under credit score, loans can still happen for sure, but there are more restrictions. And those restrictions are specific to each situation. It might be that, you need to have some reserves. You might need to have more of a down payment. But my recommendation would be for people with 680 or under credit score, or if they're worried about qualifying income-wise, always reach out to a loan officer. I mean, obviously you can reach out to me, but any loan officer in Massachusetts that's licensed, reach out to them to have a conversation first. I found that, and this has happened over the years, whether it's been during COVID or not, I find that people make a lot of assumptions on whether or not they can qualify. Sometimes they're true, but a lot of times they're not true. Either they're better, their situation is better than they think, or their situation is worse. But you're not really going to know until you talk to an expert. So I highly recommend doing that. And we at Guaranteed Rate, if you do have some credit issues or aren't quite ready to be qualified yet, I'll give you a path to get there. And I know, Siobhan, you and I have worked on several clients in the past couple of years that meet that criteria, and we've gotten a couple or if not more, to buy a home. And it might take some time, but we'll get them there. I'll get them the right path.
And you're not alone, right? So not only is information power, as you're saying, right? You don't know how far you need to go or what you need to
Mhm.
do unless you know where you are right now, right? So we can
Right,
certainly,
exactly.
there's no obligation. Like Matt said, you can work with any realtor. I
Mhm.
would suggest you work with a realtor, who's affiliated with the board. You can work with any lender, right? But finding someone or a group of someone's so that you can start building a network of professionals that you're comfortable with makes you not alone on the journey. And so if you have questions about the home buying process, what are the steps involved? What are the kinds of questions that you might be asked? I have literature and I'm more than happy to spend time to talk through it. Matt and I, as he just mentioned, have had many conference calls with people, or we can do it separately. But there's no obligation to ever talk to us. It really is just for everyone's best benefit to have educated buyers and sellers and borrowers in the market. And so that's, something that we're passionate about. One of the reasons that we're here to talk to you today. So last but not least, we work with obviously a ton of folks who have already purchased a home, right? They're
Yep,
existing homeowners, may be interested in
absolutely.
a refinance or in optimizing their equity for a future sale or for renovation, something along those lines. And we're also, as a corollary to that, hearing a lot about deferrals of mortgage payments and different programs available to help while times are tight. But there's understandably some question about how does that all work, and am I going to really be in a better position in the end, or are these short-term decisions going to affect me negatively, right, in the next 3, 6, or 12 months? So what would you say to those existing homeowners about those two topics?
Sure. So the first topic being refinancing or potentially getting cash out. Every situation is different, but in so many cases right now, it is worth it to refinance. Whether you're just doing a rate and term refinance to lower the monthly payment, or whether you're looking at getting cash out to consolidate debt or do home improvement. Since the rates are so low, it's a great time to have that conversation. So that's probably 80% of the calls I get from my past clients are about that. Past clients or referrals. The other 20% are about what to do if with job loss, and what to do if you're struggling financially during this time. So the big topic now is forbearance. So forbearance basically means delaying the mortgage payments to the future. So my recommendation usually to people is if you're in really, really bad straits and you can't make that payment, you don't have the savings, you have job loss, then it may be worth it to do that. But the first call you have to make is to your servicer. Every servicer of your loan, so whoever you make your payments to, they are the ones that will make the decision on how the forbearance and how the repayment is done. The most common way I've seen is they allow forbearance for anywhere up to from 3 to 6 months. The government is allowing that, so you won't have to get late payments showing on your credit report. But it does show forbearance on the credit report, which can affect future loans. So, for example, if you are under forbearance now and you want to refinance in a year, you might not be able to because of that forbearance, because you're basically telling the credit world, the banking world, that you were unable to make payments and that you were in a hardship. And a lot of the servicers are telling you, okay, you can go forbear those 3 payments or 6 payments, but you need to pay us all back at once those payments are over. That's not happening in every case. Some are allowing you to add them to the end of the term. Some are allowing you to spread them out over the next, say, 12 to 24 payments. But the first thing to do if you're really having a hard time is call your servicer of your mortgage, and they will help you through the process.
Absolutely. So can't stress it enough. Information is power. So make those
It is.
calls. Don't feel overwhelmed. Or if you do feel overwhelmed, just know there's help available. You can contact one of us, or, if you have a preferred partner, get on the phone with them and just understand what your options are. Um,
Absolutely.
and, we're here anytime for anything you need. So thank you, Matt, so much for taking the time to chat with me, to share this information. And hopefully it's been helpful to everyone out there listening and watching.
Thanks so much, Siobhan. I appreciate it.
Take care.
Have
Have a
a
great
great day,
day.
everybody. All
Bye.
right. Bye-bye.